Alright, here's a clip of the head off the 92 white Swift 2-door. It just had a valve job done to it. I did that last night. The valves are nice and adjusted. Everything's set back to factory specs. The EGR port's been cleaned out. You can see where it's been taken off and resealed. The intake was taken off. It's all drilled out and ported all the way through from the exhaust all the way to the back. The soft plugs have been knocked out, cleaned out, and reinstalled. Just put a thermostat in it right now. Back up so you can see what we're doing here. See the head gaskets and whatnot over here, and water pump box for the water pump that's going on it. It's all OEM factory stuff. This brand new thermostat installed on there, and put that water pump on the block and set this head on there. We'll move on from there. Alright, normally I don't show this, but take a look at this. I'm just prepping the cylinder to go back on and just machine the top of the block. But look at these pistons. This motor must have been ran on synthetic and had oil changes all the time. The cylinder wall is virtually perfect. There's no ridge at all. I can see the cross hatches in it. I mean, this motor looks like it's brand new. Absolutely perfect. I'm totally blown away by it. Usually they have a little ridge right here, and no, it's just perfect. I would not be surprised if this motor was overhauled within the last 10 or 20,000 miles. The only reason I have the head off is because the timing belt broke on the guy, and it bent the valves, so I just put new valves in the valve. Just did a valve job to it. Oh, absolutely perfect. Alright, we'll move on to the next part. Just prepping the water pump to go on. And everybody always likes to see what they're getting. One brand new shiny water pump. Alright, the water pump is now installed. The new timing tensioner is installed. I can zoom in so you can see that maybe. Oh, it's hard to see things in here. The dipstick's got a new O-ring and it's been resealed. The block's now decked. We're going to install the new head gasket. Shazam! And I can't hold the camera and the head. And time to put the top of the motor on. Well, you know, while I've got this off of here, let's take a peek. No, you can't see it. Never mind. Okay, we're just back a moment later. I've just set the head on there. Keep in mind all this grease and grunge from the old leaky valve cover gasket, the old distributor O-ring seal. Just get old, dried up, and they shrink and they leak. All that all pressure washed and clean. Look super sharp. So now this head has brand new intake and exhaust valves in it. The new valve stem seals, valve job, the head's decked. It's basically brand new. The bottom end of the motor looks brand new. And the beauty of this particular car is it hasn't been driven since '06. This was a barn find that I found. I had two of these in a garage. The other one had I can't remember what was wrong with the other one, but this one broke a timing belt and they just parked it and just left it. So there's been a few years where it hasn't even been driven. It's a Suzuki Swift in the conventional like early 90s Geo body. It's got the aerodynamic headlights. It's got the trick grille on it. It's got the right bumper on it for the best gas mileage. It's omitted the mirror on the passenger side, just like an FXI model. They get 60 miles to the gallon should. This car gets the same gas mileage as a 3-cylinder, but it has more power when you put your foot into it. This is a 2-door model, but these make excellent 4-door models. Alright, we'll get this thing finished up here and get it fired up and running, and then get onto the rest of the drivetrain and get a transmission service and radiator flushed onto it. I want to hear it run tonight. Okay, the antifreeze is going in. Brand new stuff. Perfect. 50-50 mix. It's lifetime. I think it means I'd still change it every 2 years, but I think they say 5 or 10. It's got 4 quarts of happy synthetic oil in it. My God, that stuff's getting expensive. Nice painted valve cover gasket. Looks very sharp. Still have to pressure wash the engine compartment off. You can see where I did my little trademark cut off of the timing belt cover. So now you can look in and check the tension on the timing belt. You can check the idler pulley, all externally. You can even adjust it if you want. The car should have came from the factory that way. My very favorite. And it leaves the timing mark in down here still. Put a brand new belt on it. It's nice and tensioned. Probably retightened it in 1,000 miles. And the antifreeze will roll in there. The battery charging back up. I left the key on last night. Ran it dead, and yeah, it's going to clean up. I'm just getting ready to run a quick compression check on it. Make sure all the cylinders are all perfect. And it's got a fresh set of spark plugs in it. You can see the new valve cover gasket and whatnot. And there we go so far. This is a great barn find. I'm loving this car. Loving it. Somehow I think with that yeah, I'm really liking this car a lot. There's a few neat things about it. Alright, I'm turning the rotors on the car. The brakes pads had less than 50%, so I always replace them. Look at this. This car had no signs of warped rotors, and you can just see slightly that they're warped across there. So even when you're out test driving somebody's used car, just know that the rotors are just starting to warp, and then they go fast from there. It's important to just turn the rotors and put brake pads on it every time they drop under 50%. That's how I like to do it. They work perfect every time. Look at that car drove perfect. You'd have never realized the rotors were already warped out. That's one pass. I'll clean these up till they're like perfect and install the NICs on everything and a set of ceramic brake pads. Alright, this is a couple passes later. You can see how they're going to just be perfect when they finish up. That's just spot on. Very nice. Then I pulled some aluminum magnesium 12-inch rims out, which are, I don't know, have to get lucky. Not even sure where you find another set, but I was just make them shine. These things don't weigh anything. I mean, you can pick one up with a finger. These are really going to get good gas mileage on this car. Alright, I just did a rear brake inspection. The rear shoes look like they're about 80% or better. I just spray painted it. That's good. Brake lines are good. Bushings are tight. That's good back here. Alright, now what I'm doing is I'm getting all the salt off. These dirt, grime. This is all black in there from dirt. This is all cleaned up. The car shouldn't rust. This car doesn't have any rust, but if people would wash them better, they'd have less problems. All that engine cleaned up. You can't do maintenance if you can't see a problem. Let's see, let's step back here. Looks like in here, these wheel wells, already washed them once. Looks like, you know, the car's gone back to, back when it had 20,000 miles or so on it. No reason to not do maintenance. The car will last forever. If you're driving one of these in 50 years, at least I will be. Okay, let's do a walk around on it. It's a late model 91-92 Suzuki Swift, same as the Geo Metro. This car being the Suzuki's got a few better options than the Metro, having the same body. It has bigger brakes on it. The front disc brakes are vented instead of solid rotors, which is kind of nice because it means that the brakes last for, gosh, a long time. Much longer than the Geos, and the Geos last a long time, especially if you try to stay out of stop and go traffic, or you can coast a little bit. It's in a pretty good shape. The beauty of this barn find that I found when I was out looking for one, the guy broke a timing belt and parked it in his garage in 2006. Tabs expired in July of 07. So odometer's only got 64,000 miles on it, and sounds about right for not doing the timing belt. They usually break after 60,000. I just fully serviced it, as you see in the rest of the videos. Take a look through. It's white on black, which is my favorite. It stays cleaner that way. Just being a grungy mechanic, it's in pretty good shape. Just walk around real slow and let you take a look. All the lights work on it. It's got, let me flip it up here so you can see. It's got the jack in it, the wrench, a good spare tire. In fact, the spare tire looks like a brand new tire. And it's full size, not the normal donut. It's got the rear window defrost, which is kind of nice because most of the Geos don't. There you go. It's got a good muffler on it. The exhaust system's good. It's got a nice little chrome tip on it. It's got really cool, I don't know where they found these, but it's got these aluminum magnesium wheels on it, and you can literally pick one up with one finger. You probably throw it over the top of your house. It's got to really help on the gas mileage, keeping all that inertial weight down. And it's the FXI body in the Suzuki Swift. Kind of unique. Let me show you what I mean. The FXI is the 58 miles to the gallon Geo that was only built between 89 or 90 and 94. It's got the front bumper for it. And it's got the no mirror on this side, which was deleted from the factory for wind resistance. Between that and a camshaft and a computer, when they did that alteration, the car picked up about 8 miles to the gallon. Highly sought after. Very cool that this car has that body style. But again, the Suzuki's always had the cooler stuff than the Geo. Let's take a look. See, the tires are in good shape. The fronts, they even have the little knobbies on them still. I'd say they're just about brand new. And let's pop the hood open really quick. I know I've already shot some of this in the, probably in the previous videos, but we'll just go through it all right now. Alright, engine's completely pressure washed, clean. It's virtually, you could eat off this thing. It's got a new timing belt, water pump, blah blah blah. You'll already see that. I had to, when I ran the amp test on it last night, then did a battery check on it. Battery tested out 100% perfect. The alternator wasn't putting out 100%, so I installed a new Bosch alternator on it. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's the Bosch sticker down there. Alternator's perf. Just dumped some windshield washer fluid in it. Put a brand new set of Bosch micro edge wiper blades on it last night, and changed the transmission fluid, flushed that out. It's full, it's right to the mark. The engine oil's full, right to the mark. They both have synthetic fluid in them. The antifreeze, as you saw in the earlier videos, lifetime antifreeze. It's got new plug wires, new spark plugs, a new PVC valve, new air cleaner. Compression's even all the way across the motor. Obviously it's got a brand new valve job on it. You saw the head off of it. New valve stem seals. Camshafts and geos never have any wear, so the camshaft looks perfect. And what else? Oh, and then the other part of the FXI part is these headlights. Usually they're the square kind and they're inset, and these ones are smooth and completely fill the front end in, and they're aerodynamic, and that's the other thing that gets a good gas mileage. What do we have here? I've got another Geo over here. Let me show you what I mean. This is my electric one. See how these are in here, and the car has the mirror on that side, and it's got a different bumper on the front of it, and then obviously this one has an electric engine in it and a god of batteries. But so this Swift, I'm not 100% sure without putting 10 gallons of gas for it and running through a tank of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a really high mileage car, or a car that gets a lot of miles out of a tank of gas. They always seem to get 450, but it set up the way it is, you know, might get 4, 5, 6 more miles to the gallon. Let's see, is there anything else to show you before we take her for a test drive? I think we're ready for a test drive. I'm going to shut this off and set my camera mount up inside the car, and we'll go for a ride. Okay, let's record one more thing here before we take it for a drive. The odometer mileage, 64,057. Could be 164, but I don't see anything in here to indicate that. I mean, even the pedals look like they're brand new. And again, the car hasn't been driven for 5 years. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to shake the camera. You can see the camera's, it's not the car when we're going down the road. The mount is a little shaky because it's homemade and bungee corded. You can see the car starts right up. Runs crystal clear, smooth. Oh, one other quick thing I'll show you before we drive away. It's got a CD player. It's not hooked up. I never hook them up. You can plug them in, hook them up, take it to car toys. But it's a nice Rampage with it's got all the features that stereo has anymore. Might even have Bluetooth, I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. See the wiper blades work. Clean window. Traffic out today. And she's just a good cruiser. Irritating to be driving around here as I'm looking around and swerving. That's me touching the camera. As you can see, I'm hands off the steering wheel, and it's oh, there we go. It goes to straight line. Alignment's good. It's got good power. In fact, it's got lots of power. I love these Swiss. Oh, hold on, sweetheart. I wonder if she realizes I just recorded or not using her turn signal. Clever. And are probably from all the Geos I have to drive, I'd say it's probably driving this one out about 60,000 miles without any problems. And I'm doing a timing belt and water pump and tune up at that. Maybe change the tranny fluid. Well, I like to change the tranny fluid every 15,000 or a little bit. Some people think that's too much, but it's easier to change the tranny fluid than it is to buy or recall the tranny, I can assure you. And let's see. Alrighty, and so it's got tons of power. We're already up at 40. Try that metro. See, I'm messing with the camera there. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just a great car. I call it a barn find. I found it in a garage. It's been parked indoors for years. I love when people's cars break down and they just push them in the garage and leave them. Blows me away. Yeah. Camera works a lot better when I keep my hand on it there. See, it's a lot smoother. It's got a new thermostat and all that good stuff in it. See, the temperature's right on the mark. Gas gauge works perfect. Thermometer's right on. Blah blah blah, all that stuff. The slower you go in a Suzuki or a Geo, the better gas mileage they get. Or if you can get on the hot freeway, lock and just get up to a decent speed and maintain that speed. I think it's super good. Seems like at 45 miles an hour, they almost don't burn any fuel. Okay, so that's what I've got for sale. It's $2,000. I'm firm on it. I don't want $1,995. I don't want $2,005. I just want $2,000. And you can send me an email.